So this video is for Miss Courtney, CLS, the coaching staff, all of the Cohort 13, okay, and everybody behind the scenes. My speech was going to take a whole lot longer. I don't know what made them think that I was going to be able to tell a speech in a minute and 30 seconds. But anyways, thank you guys for joining for my speech. So here it is. After being slapped in the face with the fact that coaching was not at all what I thought it was supposed to be, immediately I felt out of place and I was like, Lord, what have I gotten myself into? You see, a few years ago, I had a spiritual awakening, and I realized that I barely knew the man that looked back at me in the mirror. The little bits that I did know about him, I realized that I didn't really like that much. So I decided to make some changes. I did not understand then why, but during my process of healing and changing, I was brought to the Courtney L. Sanders certification program to become a coach, or at least what I thought a coach was. Listen, girl, do this, and this, and don't even worry about him because you know he ain't even no good for you anyways. You call me tomorrow and you just tell me how everything went, okay? You good? I'm good? We good. Okay, goodbye. Next. Very soon I realized that that was not at all what coaching was supposed to be. Although I was very welcomed by everyone, the staff, all of the students, intimidation. That's the best word that I can describe. That was my feeling when I first started Miss Pam's class, Coach Pam's class. She's so well informed in coaching and she's so on point with everything she does. And then there's these overachieving, talented, amazing peers from all different great successful careers, and a lot of them with prior coaching experiences. There were all these very educated people, and as soon as they'd open their mouth, they'd be so eloquent with the way that they spoke. It's like, ah, the sounds of angels. I was behooved because I was just a server who part-time performed as a merman, swimming around the pools and in the Florida Springs. But I can't turn back around. It's way too late. Yeah, Miss Courtney, do you think I actually realized I was just playing about all of this? So you think I could get my money back? Yeah, no, I don't think that's really going to happen. I'm really too far into this, so there's no turning back now. While studying the dope CLS curriculum, I learned to look at this in another way. All these talented, smart people could teach me if I'm willing to learn. So it went from intimidation to inspiration. I went out and I got a dictionary, a thesaurus, because although I speak 3 languages, I realized that my vocabulary needed a lot of TLC. I invested all my time into my studies. I started reading and listening to audiobooks for self-improvement, and I immediately started watching all of our class replay videos, whether I attended the class or not. And y'all don't know this, but every one of y'all became my teachers, not just our assigned coaches. I listened to every question y'all asked, every golden nugget y'all dropped, every insightful input that y'all made. I took it in and I took notes. I was truly inspired and changed through all of y'all, by all of y'all, whether y'all may know it or not. Annoyed. That's the best word that I could describe in phase 2 having to leave Coach Pam. I loved Coach Pam, and we had so much fun up to that point. I just didn't understand. She was so nice. What would you do? What do you think? What do you think you should do? I hated to leave her. But then comes along Coach Candace, and immediately I'm like, okay, this is chill, relaxing, and cool. Her accent is sticking, and she just brought me down to my zen. So maybe this is not that bad after all. It was pleasantly sinfully amazing. That's what it was with Coach Candace. At this point, all my super talented buddies are helping me coach through all my problems, which I no longer call problems. They're challenges now. I got to the point where I was almost tempted to rob the corner store just to start some beef with someone because I needed to talk about something during my next buddy session. Because one by one, we worked together to resolve all of my challenges. Very annoyed is what I felt when we had to leave Coach Candace. At that point, we had learned so much through her and Coach Pam, and now Coach Candace was teaching me to slow down. But I had to leave 1,000 heavenly miles per hour to Coach Rashida. All I will say is she had us in and out of church and saying amen many, many, many times behind our mute buttons. I don't have kids, but now I understand when parents say that they don't have favorites in their children, because I equally learned to love them all, so much because of their very different styles of coaching. Being forced to experience how unique each of them were, along with being in the presence of my very different peers and all of their teachings and all of my CLS work, made me finally realize that there is a place for me in coaching. I could be a successful coach by being my crazy little goofy self. Actually, the more real that I am, the more potential I have of success because of what makes me me. Then I was inspired to design my coaching modality, Sachet. After that, I really seen the potential of what my coaching can do. And I really seen the potential of what my coaching can do in the future as well. That made me feel better stepping comfortably into the shoes of a coach. Now, practicing and applying all my lessons through the buddy calls were also very helpful. But the gratitude and the reaction that I received from my safe client on our last call, telling me how positively I have changed his entire life, that made me feel some type of way inside of my soul. I know now that you good coaches understand that incredible feeling that I can't quite describe yet. That feeling was what made me realize why I was brought to the Courtney L. Sanders Coaching Certificate Program after all. Because of every one of y'all. Every single one of y'all were supposed to plant a special seed in my growth garden to send me out into this world and multiply what I did to my safe client with as many people as possible. Because I will make a difference, and I owe every single one of y'all for being a part of that. Just thinking of the impact that you guys have all had on me makes me feel very emotional. At this point, I'd probably be in the corner sitting down crying like my mama, but as of some of y'all know, I'm going for public speaking, and I'm not really quite sure if tears are allowed yet. So y'all not gonna make me lose my job before I even get it by sitting here crying, okay? So I'll save those tears for another day. But I will deeply express how incredibly grateful I am to each and every one of you all for truly transforming my entire existence and helping me create a better version of myself. A version that I can be proud of for the people that I will be helping and the lives that I will be changing. Because of Miss Courtney's CLS, the CLS team, and the Cohort 13, I no longer feel intimidated or out of place. Dang it, mama! I very confidently stand before you as a newly CLS graduate, Jonathan Ayala, aka Mr. Positivity, fashion and life success coach, and about to be one of the baddest coaches out here. Mic drop! Ah! Congratulations, y'all. Love y'all.